the bang-a-lang-dingin'. Why must you be this way?
At 5 minutes past 8, an unbelievably loud banging jolts me awake. It's coming from outside my door. It be them, the Wonder Twins. Quickly, I open the door to see Shizune and Misha standing side by side before me. Both of them look a little worn out, although it's more noticeable on Misha. Which one of you knocked? I ask, echoing the question that must be on the mind of everyone in the entire building. Ha ha ha, that's not important, Hee-chan. She quickly dismisses it without even batting an eye. Well, you're still in your pajamas, Hee-chan, so you don't wake up at 8. I notice her hair is wet. Her curls are barely holding their shape. No, I thought I'd sleep a little bit later since it's the weekend and all, and I've been seriously sleep deprived this week. I wonder if she missed the poison in my words. Then it's a good thing we came to wake you up. I'm so tired. Anyway, Hee-chan, I guess you would like to know why we're here, wouldn't you? It's not hard to guess, but I wish she wouldn't say the word she's going to say next. Would you like to skip class and go somewhere nice with us? Pardon? Would you like to skip class and do something fun? I was certain they'd force me to help them again with some slave work. Seriously? Misha grins and nods enthusiastically. I like the new approach they're taking, though. Although I'm somewhat surprised that they would suggest skipping class, even if we only have 1.5 a day since it's Saturday. Aren't you too worried about constantly missing classes? Well, it doesn't seem to be a problem, Hee-chan. The school is pretty much at a standstill whenever this time rolls around. It's a Saturday, too. Don't you want to do something fun? I'm amazed how little they seem to care. Not that we're pressuring you to give us your company, but we thought you might like to hang out. So, would you like to join us? Come on, you'll have a lot more fun than just sitting here with your head on your desk. I guess I won't be missing anything important, nor will I be missed. All right, then. I don't think I'd be missing much. What do you have in mind? My eyes narrow with suspicion as a thought crosses into my mind. Hey, this isn't just some trick to get me to do some more student council stuff, right? No, of course not. And that's a really mean thing to just assume like that, Hee-chan. And besides, you're in the student council now, remember? If he wanted you to do something for us, he wouldn't have to trick you. Ha 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 ha! This is kind of concerning that it's new to me. Or no, this is a kind of coercion that is new to me. Only 2 pretty girls could pull it off. I allow myself to relax a bit. Maybe I'm being too paranoid. It seems like they may really just want to hang out. Nevertheless, no tricks. No tricks. Stop being so paranoid. Well, if you say so. Suddenly I realize I still am wearing pajamas. I wonder if you'd let me dress up first. Eh? Why, Hee-chan? You look just fine. I'd still prefer wearing something else. I close the door before she can get a chance to reply and quickly pull out my uniform. Stepping back into the hallway, I see Shizune and Misha are engaged in an animated discussion. I know, look at how much they're moving around. I wonder if people discussing a sign even ever accidentally poke each other in the eyes. While I'm contemplating this, Shizune taps me on the shoulder impatiently. So, we're planning on slipping into town. Remember that tea shop we were at on Wednesday? Tea shop? You don't remember? Oh, you mean that cafe. Tea shop. It's called the Shanghai. China's the birthplace of tea, you know? Come on, Hee-chan. I'll even treat you today. Not me. I mean Chi-chan. I don't know. It's nice. It's really relaxing. It's like half cafe, half restaurant, half sophisticated, half library. What? That's a lot of halves. But Misha doesn't seem to notice that. It's like fourths, fractions, math. We'd know that if we didn't skip class so damn much. But oh, boom. So, come on. It's not often that we have this much free time. If you're busy, though, you don't have to. It's not like your presence is absolutely required. I've never seen more weakly disguised reverse psychology in my life. I feel kinda tired today. And my teachers in my classes might want to know where I am. Maybe. On the other hand, I haven't really been into town at all since I've gotten here, so this is a good reason to head there. Also, I could use something to eat. And if it's Shizune's treat, even better. I'm totally broke. Alright, let's go. Lead the way. Great! These two be crazy, man. We make it to the tea shop with a 15-minute walk. It seems that we are the only customers around. Is it always this quiet in the morning? By that I mean, is it always this empty? No, this is kind of weird. It's not a bad thing, though, right? It's almost like we can't have all these other characters in the background or nothing. You're right. Cute pause. We take our seats at large, square, wooden table, and it hits me that I don't know what this place serves. I just went with what Yoko recommends this last time. A single plum floating in perfume in a men's hat. Hey, is there a menu or something? Nope. That was a strange amount of zest. So, Hee-chan, have you decided what you're going to order? Look around the store and can't see anything resembling a menu. I don't understand. What's up with this place? What gives? Some kind of secret shop? Can you normally only enter with a secret handshake? Some kind of wink and nod as I accidentally kick a box over as I stretch my leg out? Knees cramping? Do you need someone to vouch for you? A blood oath? Damn it, it was nothing like this last time. I don't know. The last time I think I just got coffee. What do they serve here? Tea! Ah, well, that's not just tea, right? Not only tea, there's other stuff too, right? Clearly. Like what? There are no menus here. Where are the menus? They're playing another joke on me. There's no way out of this. All I can do is brace myself for the inevitable oncoming burn. I almost want to walk out of the store, but I'm already sitting down, and standing up is such a pain. It'd be improper to leave now. The unspoken rules of polite social conduct block my exit like a wall of fire. The same pitfall Perry the platypus once found himself locked in. It's a powerful one. I decide to play it safe. I'll order what they order, if it's acceptably manly enough. Why don't you two order before me? Ladies first. Well played, Hee-chan, but we already ordered. How is that possible? When, how, from who, and sometimes why? I already have the where. We're regulars, so we come here so often that we don't have to do that anymore. Well, I guess you've had enough. We're sitting on the menus, of course. Under yon buttocks! Wah-ha-ha! I look around the other tables. There are no menus on any of them. That means they must have kept them in a big stack near the door or something. What a thing to sit on. And what speed to grab them so quickly. Well, whatever, can I have one then? You can take one if you want, but you're not the kind of person who would do something that's vicious. Isn't that right? I'd tell them I'd just like some coffee and put my head down on the cool table. Coffee? This is a very high-class establishment, and you're just going to order coffee? I could tell they're messing with me again. In that case, I'll have whatever you're having. Hee-chan is drinking a special tea that is only grown in remote areas of India. It's made out of elephant poo. Potentially. There is... Actually, no, I think that's a coffee. Whatever. The tea is still handmade by a tribe of tea makers who have passed the methods down in their families for generations. They must wade through alligator-infested waters to obtain the leaves once a year. Once each trip, some do not make it back alive. I can't drink that. I would feel too guilty. But I'll have what you're having. I don't know what I'm drinking. How? Fine, then I want the tea that people died for. Let the coffee! If this is a very high-class establishment, then they should have very high-class coffee, right? No one died for it, right? The perfect answer. There's no way they can stand against it. Shizune shrugs, as if to say, well played. They still didn't answer my second question. Misha calls for Yuko, who brings over our drinks and a single incredibly tiny yellow cake with a little black plastic fork stuck in it for each of us. I eat my cake in one bite, amazed at how it's probably the least filling thing I've ever eaten. Hee-chan, do you have any plans for tomorrow? Misha takes a gulp of her tea, something sounding suspiciously high class even though it looks like ordinary tea. She drinks with incredible recklessness considering how hot it is, the exact opposite of Shizune or Lily. Plans? Well, that's ominous. Plans? Yes. Yes, I am incredibly busy tomorrow. In fact, I have so much to do that I'll not have any free time at all. That's right. None whatsoever. And everything I have to do is extremely important. Very, very expensive. Important. Misha giggles, clearly not buying it, and then signs it all back to Shizune, who nods slowly and deliberately while looking very unamused. Suddenly, she leans forward, staring analytically at my face like a human lie detector, waiting for the smallest tell to give me away. After at least a minute of this, she sits back down in her seat and takes a sip of tea. Okay, Hee-chan, if you're that busy, we don't have anything to do tomorrow, so we thought maybe you'd want to hang out with us at the festival. You're new here anyway, right? Right? So we thought we would show you around and have some fun together. But if you're that busy, we understand. Oh well, oh well. The both of them shrug together in perfect sync. It's as if they've rehearsed it. Ha ha ha! Hee-chan, you're so paranoid. And you'll never beat me anyway, so why bother getting so worked up about it? Ha! Wow, Shi-chan! Beat you? What are you talking about? Is she talking about the coercion? I never realized this was just a game to her. I thought I was the only one who saw it as a competition. It's a battle of wits, and boy howdy, do we not have any weaponry. You know, do you know, Hee-chan? Because I don't. You can't outwit me. Ah, well, Hee-chan, not me. I'm Misha. I'm sure you could outwit me very easily. What? What are you talking about, Shi-chan? I can see Shizune smiling craftily, daring me to enter this battle of wills and wits with her. When he is pushed to the edges of despair, a man has no choice but to sink or grasp at the fleeting wisps of hope, fight with all his power against the inevitabilities of his fate, and struggle against the impossible. For even if he fails, at least fail knowing that he dared greatly. Or something like that. Well, we'll see about that. Don't underestimate me. Don't you have to follow through to make good on that, Hee-chan? Ah, well, I could get lucky. Don't count out that possibility. You won't. I will. Wait! Let's make a wager on it, then. I don't care about competition. That's a blatant lie. Wait, what exactly do you mean? That's okay if you don't know. Neither do I. So it's settled then. All right. Didn't you hear what I just said? Now all that's left is the stakes. What the winner wins, or more interestingly, what the loser loses. Hey, this is a very dangerous game I'm playing. Shizune herself is a very dangerous girl. She can only think in terms of winning and losing. If she views every time that I talk with her as some kind of battle of wills, I don't think I could take it. These kind of things drive people insane. She's too Machiavellian. Before this, I'd assumed she was just kind of stoic. Nevertheless, I'm interested. In hindsight, I realized that I just challenged her to what is essentially a duel without any rules. That won't end until one of us... What? I guess that's it. It's so vague. What are the conditions for winning or losing? The first person to feel stupid loses? I don't know. I've never had to think of anything like this before. Never? Never. So, you've never gambled, Hee-chan? I'm surprised you two have. Oh, come on. It's just for fun anyway. Between friends. It's about causing humiliation, suffering, and absolute despair. Isn't that the point? Shizune puts a finger to her temple thoughtfully. Huh. That's the first time anything other than just a ... How about this, Hee-chan? If you lose, you have to go to school one day without any pants on. Are you insane? Although in comparison to what I'm afraid she would say, it's pretty mild. Can't we just spend money like normal people? It's not like you could match my wager if we did. Now it's your turn. But nothing perverted, understand? Well, at least they thought that far ahead. I wouldn't have gone that way, but it's good that they still thought about it. Ha ha ha! I think I need some time. This is gonna have me constantly on edge for weeks. Okay, come on. You should both hurry up, your drinks are getting cold. I quickly down the rest of my coffee as Shizune does the same, staring at me with a fierce look of competition in her eyes. It seems like a waste of time for her to be gulping down something that someone may have died for her to enjoy. Hee-chan, are you sure you don't want to hang out tomorrow? A lot of people are looking forward to it. You don't want to miss out. I mumble unintelligibly at her. I don't really understand. It's time to think, time to think. Shizune's drink is smaller, but I can consume mine faster. Consume! It's coffee too, so it works double time. If Shizune finishes her drink first, she might skip out on paying, leaving me to pick up the tab, even though she said the drinks were on her. Because I have no money on me, I would be humiliated, and therefore this could be considered a loss. If I finished first, the laws of chivalry would make me look like a jerk, as I would need to run out of this tea house, leaving her to pay for everything. And that could also be considered a loss. She would use that. In the event of a draw, she may attempt to run out the door, and I'll probably do the same. This might lead to a collision at the door, which would be humiliating, but not overly so. And Misha would be left to pick up the tab. This is really childish. I'm a little disappointed in Shizune and myself, and yet it sounds fun. Well, Hee-chan, it'd be really nice if we could all celebrate how well we put everything together for the festival by taking a look at our handiwork. Misha seems oblivious to the fact that I'm in an epic battle of wills is raging in front of her. I nod slowly and down the last of my coffee. Well, I am finished enjoying my drink. I guess it's time for me to leave, and I'm going to leave now. Calmly. You too, Shi-chan? Why are you two acting so weird? I quickly walk out the door, and Shizune follows. Misha's going to have to foot the bill. Sorry, Misha, but the battle can't be lost. Catching up to me, Shizune quickly pushes her glasses up and presses a note into my hand. Huh? If you lose, you have to come hang out with us tomorrow. So you think you can win today? That's kind of cocky, Shizune. I forgot for a second that she can't hear me. I nod. Right now, she seems much cuter than she usually is, smiling softly with a hint of confidence coming through. She do be cute, that's true. Shizune looks energetic and carefree, although it could just be the caffeine. She winks and extends her hand for a handshake. I wonder if there's a buzzer in there, and she plans to shock me, but that doesn't seem like something she would do. So I accept. With a squeeze, she pushes another note into my hand. I momentarily think it's a buzzer and wonder if the shock could kill me. Shizune smirks and then runs off. You probably don't know how to get back to school from here. There will be work waiting for you when you do. See you then. I crush the note in my fist dramatically, but no one is there to see it, and that makes me sad. I wonder if it's too late to go back to the shop and ask Misha for directions. Then again, I gave her a hard time for not knowing the way here, so I can't allow her to score off me for not knowing the way back. And if I ask her, Shizune could see it as a victory. No, it's not necessary. The school's on top of a damn hill. How hard could it be to find? I may be slightly directionally challenged, but I'm no dang Ryoga, my guy. But I'm sure that even I could do this. About an hour and a half later, I walked the long paved path leading from the gates to the main building. Aha! Just the person we were waiting for. So you made it here eventually, Hee-chan. Good. Now it's time for work, work, work! Misha and Shizune have laid an ambush for me in the main lobby of the ground floor, and I walked straight into it. I should have just circled around the school like I had originally planned, but I thought that I was overreacting and being silly. Misha's having a thick stack of printouts in my general direction, taunting me. We sort of need your help. Sort of. We need your help! You will help us! Misha speaks with her usual playful, carefree manner, but even so, I can hear Shizune unnervingly hard severity behind it. Sorry, I have something in my eye. It's very itchy. Ow. That sounds like an order. Really? Is it? It is? Sorry, Hee-chan, I guess it is. She doesn't sound very sorry at all. I thought we had almost everything done by now, but it turns out we have all these signs to attach to the backing boards. More hands make light work, and everybody wins! This is your duty, after all, as a member of the student council, which you are a part of, as a member of the student council, with us, two cute girls named Shizune and Misha, blue and pink, complementary colors, bow 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 bow. It's a simple task, so getting it out of the way now would be good. It's not that much work, a small thing, really. And we'd really appreciate your help. Really, really appreciate it. Besides, it's time to pay back for us treating you so nicely. So the tea shop was the tree shop was a trap after all. You two-timing scoundrels. Don't say that. It was completely unrelated. We wanted to celebrate you joining the council. Why did you bring that up then? But no buts. You're coming with us. Well, I mean, considering everything I've seen of this game so far, I feel like a butt definitely is within the possibilities of happening in the future, but all right. Yeah. I don't even get to finish my sentence as they grab me by the arms and try to pull me towards their office. Misha laughs giddily as she and Shizune exchange sly looks behind my back. I don't think you have a choice in this, Hee-chan. There are two of us, so don't even try to get away now. Don't take us lightly. Hee-chan, it's your duty to help us anyway, as a member of the student council. All right. How could I forget? But seriously, aren't there other people who can help you? Like who, Hee-chan? You were fine with helping us yesterday. Yesterday is not today, and tomorrow is your future yesterday. And anyone who isn't me. And why don't you have anyone else in the council? That's what we'd like to know. Misha's laughter explodes through the hall. She doesn't notice the grimace on my face at all. That's right, it's just the two of them, isn't it? All right, okay, I'll help you. Misha runs her tongue over her teeth, looking quite pleased. That's my Hee-chan. I knew we could trust you. So predictable. When we get to the student council room, my jaw drops. The number of signs, backing boards, and signposts is insane. They're stacked all over the place like building materials at a construction site. So I can let Shizune and Misha know right off the bat. There were so many signposts here, you could probably build a second wall around the school with them. Really? Well, there are a lot of them, so maybe. No? How do you know that, Hee-chan? Really? Don't tell me she's actually considered it. Shizune hesitates, then pushes her glasses up a bit as Misha lets out a very uneasy-sounding laugh. So she has considered it. Fascinating. Aha! That's irrelevant. Ichan, can you get on with making the signs, please? All right. I feel sort of lied to, though. I thought you said it wouldn't be that much work. Ah, well, Shichan meant it wouldn't be that much work for us. Someone has to supervise you while you do this, you know, to make sure you're doing it right. And those people will be us. So what are you two going to do? Watch you! Ha-ha! No, that was just a joke, Ichan. We'll help out too, of course. The student council is really supposed to have a lot more people. It's just a bad year. Fewer people than usual, even though we already didn't have many the year before. And then there's just a lot more work than before, too. Besides, Shichan likes working with you, and so do I. We've accomplished a lot more than we normally could, just, you know. I can accept that. Lately, they've been looking a little fatigued every time I see them. Student council work is apparently a 24-hour-a-day thing, and from what I've seen and heard, there are just 2 of them. I guess I make it 3. They must work almost non-stop. I wonder how much time they spend working in this room when I don't see them. And I've even glimpsed Misha taking naps sometimes without Shizune at her side. By herself, Shizune has to be working 60-hour weeks during her student council duties, on top of regular classes. She's a mad woman! 2 hours pass, and I reach for a tack only to find the box is empty. Shizune grabs it before I can even say anything. She smiles, tossing it expertly into the trash can, along with another empty box of tacks. So, you're out too, Hichan? Don't worry, Shichan says she'll get more. Ha ha ha! We went through a box too, but me and Shichan decided to wait until you needed a new box as well before getting a new one. Something about that strikes me as odd. Wait, we both ran out of tacks just now? What a weird coincidence, huh? Ah, well, actually, Hichan, we ran out 20 minutes ago, and there was only 1 spare box of tacks, the ones we gave to you. And you were flying through those pretty quickly, so we thought we should wait until we both had no more tacks before we're getting more. Then Shichan could go get fresh boxes of tacks for all of us at the same time. You know, for the fiancé or whatever. Shizune nods, prepared to step out the door. Wait a second, so what did you two do for the past 20 minutes? Nothing, of course. What could we do? We had no tacks, Hichan. Shizune and Misha exchange knowing glances before they give me a perfectly synchronized and incredibly exaggerated simultaneous shrug. It is adorable. I see. So you decided to take a break. Clever. Oh, we know it was clever. Whose idea was it? The both of us, of course. And no one can lie to a horse, of course. Or talk to a horse, I meant. That, whatever, point is, Mr. Ed. Aha! Well, Hichan, it was all Shichan's idea. I turn immediately to Shizune, who gives me a curt wave and a surprisingly cheery smile before quickly vanishing out the door. Well then, why didn't you just say you wanted to take a break? I used to think that Shizune and Misha were polar opposites. Misha always seemed so energetic and playful like any other girl. Shizune, on the other hand, always seemed distant, aggressively manipulative and vaguely scary, but distant. There were times when I thought that she had no sense of humor. As cute as she was, I'd almost never seen her smile, not to mention all the other things. The analytical stare, the permanently stoic expression, and even her penmanship, so mechanically precise that everything she writes looks typed. But Shizune and Misha really aren't as different as I thought. I'm a little surprised. Why? Shizune, I didn't know that she'd like to joke around like that. What I mean to say is I didn't know that she could act so girlish. It was actually pretty cute. You would be surprised, Hichan. Well, I didn't know you and her were so close either the first time I saw you. I've always been curious as to how these two met. Do you two go far back or something? Childhood friends? Next door neighbors? Sorry, Hichan. It's not anything like that, even if it would be cuter that way. When I came to this school, they just placed me next to Shichan, and she looked like a very serious person. And I thought, I'm gonna spend the rest of the year next to this person, maybe. So it'd be nice if we could be friends, but I wonder if she'll like me. And I learned that she was deaf. You know, Hichan, the first time I just thought she was ignoring me. But luckily, I knew a little sign language, and we became friends. I want to know where Misha learned how to sign, but I guess that's something for another time. Now I guess we're all always together. It's nice. I've always wanted someone to listen to me, and I think Shichan likes having someone to talk to. So everybody wins. That's nice. That's it? You look disappointed. Hichan, what were you expecting? You know, Hichan, I don't think me and Shichan thanked you properly. For what? Joining the student council. You've been a real help to us, Hichan. I think I'll get a lot more sleep now. Well, I'm glad I could help, if it helps a young woman sleep at night. That's an interesting thing to say, Hichan. Shichan really appreciates you helping us out, too. At that moment, Shizune steps back into the room, looking slightly annoyed and sipping offhandedly from a juice-head box. She throws 2 boxes of tacks on the floor with a wry smile. Ah, Shi-chan. Whoa, hello. Misha opens her mouth to speak, but then quickly closes it as Shizune suddenly crumples her juice box with a crunch that's like the sound of breaking bones. I can tell that each harsh, quaking hand gesture is most likely an epithet. What's she saying? It was just very hard to get these. I guess that is an understatement, Shi-chan. Shizune calms down a bit, straightening her glasses and lightly brushing her bangs back with one finger. It really wasn't a big deal in retrospect? That's forward-thinking of you. Alright then, I guess the 2 of us should get back to work, Ichan. Sure, why not? By the time we're done with the signs, it's already getting dark out. I hadn't expected something like this to take so long, but then again, if it were that easy, I doubt Shizune and Misha would have asked for my help. Shizune falls into a nearby chair, cracking her knuckles systematically and letting out a muted yawn. That's all for today, I guess. You can go on to the next stage now. Good job, Parappa. That's a good thing, Shi-chan. I'm very tired too. That took longer than expected. You agree? Haha, we didn't expect it to take so long either. Not as planned. I'm so hungry. I just realized I haven't eaten all day. Now that I think about it, I haven't eaten nothing since I woke up this morning. But right now, I'm almost too tired to think about food. I think they already stopped serving dinner. This can't be happening. Hee-chan, can you think of any way we could obtain food? Obtain food? I don't like the tone of her voice. Why not order out? Oh, that's right. I guess I could do that. Order out? From where? From town, of course. I didn't know they delivered to the school. Well, what are you gonna get? Maybe some Chinese food. As long as you're going to, can I get on that too? I'm also pretty hungry. Haha, Hee-chan, you should have just said so in the first place. What's that? It's your treat? That's great, that's great. Haha, that's true. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here so late, Shi-chan. Misha quickly grabs a menu from a drawer behind her and begins to enter the numbers slowly and carefully, as if she's used to messing it up. What do you want, Hee-chan? I guess I'll just have some dumplings. How's that an egg roll? I raise my hand in a gesture of thanks to Shizune, who responds with a very faint, split-second smile. Haha, Hee-chan, Shi-chan is paying for everything tonight. It's all on her, so you can afford to splurge a little. Some shrimp fried rice too, then. All right, all right. And you, Shi-chan? A Chinese omelet? Okay, then. Hey, Misha, does that really mean omelet? Can I see that again? Sure, like this, like this. And this is for when you ordered dumplings. Shrimp fried rice. I'm gonna get soup and a stir fry. You say that like this. And here's how it all costs. 3,685 yen. Wah ha ha. Well, I don't know how many situations I'll need to remember such an exact number. Okay, I'm gonna order now, unless anyone wants something else. No objections? All right then. Wonton! Shizune impatiently twirls a pair of chopsticks between her fingers as we wait for the food to arrive. Hey, where'd you get those? This isn't the first time we've ordered out, Hee-chan, and they always give us a ton of chopsticks for some reason, even when we tell them we're only 2 people. And you two have accumulated a lot of them from a lot of long nights eating takeout in the office? That's exactly it! Haha! I'm overstating it? That's right, Hee-chan. Hey, Hee-chan, did you know that once we've collected 100 pairs of chopsticks from ordering out, we'll be able to take over the universe? I used to think that too when I was little. Hee-chan, are you good at breaking them down the middle? I could never do it right. So I found the little pile of chopsticks Hee-chan had saved up and practiced on at least 20 of them. So she was really mad about that. I let her laugh as Shizune turns bright red with indignation. I didn't know she had such a childish side. To be cute though! When the food arrives, I dig in heartily, drinking one of the tiny cans of soda Shizune brought for us from one of the vending machines in the hall. Thanking them both for the food, I head back to the dorms ready to turn in for the night. The dorms are eerily quiet except for the sounds of portable TVs and radios murmuring unintelligibly behind thin walls. Ooh, a portable television. That sounds nice. It's quiet here at night and very peaceful. I can hear the crickets chirping outside my window, and we see actual stars when I look up. Tired, I try to fall asleep as quickly as I can, only feeling slightly robbed of my Saturday. I don't know, seemed kind of fun. Do do do, do do do, do do do. Lots of stuff, cute girls too. Ha ha hee, hoo hoo hoo, ha ha ha. The next day, I wake up feeling a little lightheaded. It's almost noon already. Sleeping late is fine since it's Sunday and there are no classes. Not just a Sunday, though, but the festival as well. I think this is old dialogue. Which is good, because it means I can jump right past the majority of a Kenji discussion. I'm gonna have to hang out with the student council since I lost a bet. Oh yeah, when did we lose that? I realized that we didn't agree on when and where. I'll just wait for them rather than risk us missing each other in the chaos outside. He must be busy running around and organizing things anyway. And Kenji is definitely gonna flip his most absurd lid to this point. It's funny. I would have assumed the price for losing to Shizune in her stupid game to be a lot more severe. This is just a pretense for spending time with her. In that case, I guess she just wants me to have fun. Even though she can't come out and make her intentions clear, they may be good intentions after all. And I think I'm starting to like her more. I could skip going, but it'd be a waste. I don't want to go too. I mean, you know, today today does seem pretty exciting. If anything, it'll be interesting. The student council? What? That's still around? Isn't it like 2 dudes? They're both girls. Really? Are they cute? Damn, no, wait, are they cute? No, it doesn't matter. I heard the student council president is insane. That whoever it is never talks and only gives orders through flunkies. Ah, they're the same in every school. Sounds like a cold-hearted whatchamasizits everywhere. If it's 2 girls, they outnumber you 2 against 1. That's a dangerous situation, dude. Who knows what could happen? Damn, the student council is just 2 women, but they hold so much power. It must be stopped. I can see them plotting ways to push their feminist agenda. I can't trust an administration like that. This is not cool. Not cool. Damn, crap, damn. He fingers his scarf nervously faster and faster like he's trying to start a fire. That slowly begins to calm down once the panic attack finishes running its course. I'm gonna have to find some place to hide in a safe haven, and then knock the lights out myself so that I don't have to experience this horrible day. I have the perfect thing for that. I must prepare now. Don't go to the festival! Okay. Later, dude. The door slowly closes with a low creak, and I don't know how to feel about what Kenji just said. I ponder what I'd like to do with Shizune and Misha. Deciding it's best to be extra prepared, I duck back into my room to stock my wallet with money. I wonder if they have that game where you try to catch goldfish in a paper net. Seems way easier than they make it look. Then again, if I were to catch a goldfish, I'd have no real reason to keep it. I would call him Guppers. What am I gonna do with a fish in my tiny room? Cook it? Don't cook Guppers! I could give it to Shizune or Misha, but that might be overstepping my bounds, at least presently. It's a real problem. Both of them are cute, but I don't think I have any chance with either of them. Regardless, I'm all over the thought of doing it. Imagine how they might react if I were to give them a gift tonight like a fish or a doll. Misha would probably laugh like she always does. Shizune might slap it out of my hand. Maybe it isn't such a good idea after all. But it is something that's going to cross your mind. Okay, I think I'm set. I do have a theory about Misha, though. We'll find out in due time. A good while later, I decide that this could be another psych-out test devised by Shizune. Even if it isn't, it's starting to get kind of late. I resolve to just go out and search for them, even though I don't know where I could look. It might be really hard to find today. Suddenly, a Shizune is here. As soon as I step outside, I almost bump into Shizune. Hi, Shizune. Where's Misha? I try to sign as best I can, but really I'm just making stuff up. I gotta ask Misha to teach me some of this. Here! Suddenly, a Misha has appeared. Approacheth, even. Misha pops up from behind, Shizune grinning widely. We just came to make sure you're coming along with us to the festival. Don't renege? Renegade. On your promise. Don't back out on your promise. Promise? I don't think I promised anything. Stop trying to get out of it. Come on, Hee-chan, it'll be fun. You need this anyway, or you'll be a no-good person. You don't want to become one of those people who just stays in their dorm room all the day being paranoid, do you? I mean, I ordinarily wouldn't consider that to be a bad thing, but considering my next-door neighbor, you know what? I'm down. I find myself staring over her shoulder at the door to Kenji's room right across from mine. I hope he didn't hear that, but I think Misha wants the opposite. No, of course not. I was just playing around a little and was right about to leave anyway. You didn't have to come here. Really? Haha! Hee-chan was worried you would try to get out of it somehow. We need you, Hee-chan. Huh? I think my heart just skipped a beat. I don't have the aim to knock the dolls off their pedestals in that one game, and Hee-chan refuses to throw things. Oh. Shizune stares at me, immediately noticing my disappointment. She uncrosses her arms and adjusts her glasses. What did you think we meant? I refuse to throw anything. Why, Hee-chan? That is weird. Well, anyway, Hee-chan, you've thrown a ball before, right? Right. So you have to come with us. I'm amazed by their logic. I don't know if they're joking or if they're not. I'd feel offended if I didn't know you guys were joking. You're joking, right? It is what it is, Hee-chan. It is what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is. Well, that's reassuring. Come on, let's go. The deaf band is setting up outside your window. Misha grabs me by the hand and tries to pull me out the door, but it's clear that she isn't trying at all. There's a deaf band? Man, yo! If there was a deaf band that could be Def Leppard, that would be hilarious. Shizune looks at the both of us, blushing slightly and fiddling with her glasses impatiently. I'm not used to this kind of casual contact, but I have nothing against it. How could I object? It's still light outside, but the sun is getting ready to set behind the trees. Looks like half the school is out here, and I can even see some faculty members standing out to the side, helping themselves to some punch. They are about to empty the entire bowl to the dismay of the girl working the stall. There's some fortune tellers chatting idly with their friends, while others have already gotten started slinging horoscopes at anyone who walks in range. Next, there's gonna be a dude with some damn tarot cards, because of course there will be. I think that kind of tactic is a little too aggressive, but it shows that they're into it. It's refreshing to see, but I don't know if I'll be able to get used to it. Well, we should get something to eat. Hungry, Hee-chan? Come to think of it, I haven't eaten all day. I don't really want to eat fried noodles. That's okay, there are other fried foods. Are there any foods that aren't fried? Candy. Junk food is the essence of celebration. Wah-ha-ha. Come on, I mean, Hee-chan, we'll treat you to one thing. One? Just one. Only so you can build up energy for your throwing arm. Ah, but it doesn't look like all the booths are done setting up yet, so you might not be able to get what you want. I take a look around, surprised by the number of stalls. It's unbelievable. This festival seems larger than the ones you might see in actual towns. Despite what Misha said, it seems like half the school is already celebrating. The air is humming with the excitement chattering of at least half the student body. I can smell food cooking, and it's only making me hungrier by the second. Come on, Hee-chan, the food is already disappearing fast. If you want takoyaki, we need to move now. I can go for some takoyaki. Come on, let's eat that. All right, haven't had takoyaki in forever. I'm game. Thank you, Persona, for teaching me what that even is. Shizune takes off in a dash before Misha can even sign it back to her, briskly walking towards the takoyaki stand as Misha and I try to catch up. Misha laughs as she skips towards Shizune, who asks for 3 orders of takoyaki by holding up 3 fingers. I've never noticed it before, but for someone who's obsessed with high-class tea, it's a little weird that Shizune is also so into fast food. I take the plate of takoyaki she hands me and wonders if I should dig in. It looks extremely hot. I can see the smoke coming off it and the oil bubbling on the surface. Absolutely eat that. Shizune and Misha both look at me as if waiting for me to eat before they can begin. I can't back down, so I spear one of the tiny plastic forks jauntily sticking up from the corner of the plate. However, before I can even put it in my mouth, Shizune and Misha begin eating eagerly. Shizune taking quick but delicate bites out of the takoyaki while Misha eats with a relish like a small child. She is, hold on, nom 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 in that noise. Very Cookie Monster-esque. I guess at the end of the day, both of them are just like kids like any other student here. This is kind of nice. I don't think I've had a chance like this in a long time to just hang out with other people and enjoy their company. Even before coming here, I'd been going through a very busy year, so busy that I hadn't realized what I'd been missing until now. Here, I feel at peace. This is a soothing atmosphere. I didn't know these kind of festivals still existed. Hee-chan, aren't you gonna eat your food? No, wait, what? Aren't you going to eat it? No, I'm gonna eat it. I hope you aren't chickening out because it's too hot. That's not it. Even their teasing is beginning to become endearing. That's just adorable. Really no other way to say it. Aw, nuts. Drop them. Always happens to me. Okay. I eat quickly before my food can get cold, thinking about the dimly lit paper lanterns going warmly against the sunset make for a beautiful sight. Before I can finish my last bite of takoyaki, Shizune steps in front of me, standing perfectly straight with her arms rigidly behind her back. I can see she's trying her best to look as serious as possible, but even she can't hide her good mood, as there is a slight smile on her face. Come on, Hee-chan, let's go play some games! Are they even done setting up? No, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter! Come on, Hee-chan, before it gets too crowded! Misha puts her hand on my shoulder and laughs very loudly. It's going to ring inside my head for literally like 40 days. She is an absolute mad woman when it comes to those guffaws. Come on, the prizes look great this year, really, really. Wouldn't you like to win some prizes for 2 cute girls like us? Misha flashes her best cute look, which is admittedly pretty cute. I look at Shizune expecting her to do the same, but she just looks at me like I'm insane. Wah. Misha, stop doing that. Wait, I'm Misha. Hichan, hurry up. You've been holding that piece of takoyaki for like 1,000 years. I like to savor everything that I eat, even this. Without warning, Shizune picks the takoyaki from my hand and plops it into her mouth with a smile. It happened so fast that there was no way I could have stopped her. Before I could even fully process what just happened, Misha bursts into laughter and Shizune smiles at me. Probably the closest I've ever seen her come to laughing. Well, that takes care of that. Shizune grabs my right hand and Misha grabs my left. I am in basically heaven. You're coming with us. There's a lot to do tonight. You should try harder to enjoy it. And then I'm going to be enjoying myself whether I want to or not, apparently. I have no choice. This is a threat. Running through an already sizable crowd of people, we play game after game. From ring toss to whack-a-mole to games I'd never even heard of. Like, what the hell is an Othello? We rarely win, but it's fun nonetheless. Hey, do they have that goldfish scooping game here? Of course! I didn't know you liked that game, Hichan. Well, I've always wanted to try it. It doesn't seem too hard. Are you sure about that, Hichan? Okay, we'll see. It should be around here somewhere. Watch out. I hear the people who work those things randomly have tanks of piranha. But where are you going to keep your fish? Do you have a bowl for it? Well, no. Maybe he'll eat it. All right, Hichan. If we win any fish, we'll give them to you. Oh, really? Another game? Fine, then. Shizune pushes me excitedly towards the booth, trying to hide the enthusiasm in her eyes. She has trouble doing so. Fortunately, the two of them fail to catch a single fish, but I don't do any better. I can't help but laugh as immediately afterwards they start tugging me towards a particularly large, colorful stall that I helped build. I remember this one. It had a real pain in the ass to make. The booth runner, an average-looking guy with dyed brown hair. Why would you dye your hair brown? Snaps to attention when he sees us walking over. I noticed 2 things. First, it's one of those games where you throw a ball at a pyramid of opaque bottles and try to knock them over as many as possible. 4 balls for 50 yen. It's pretty good. Second, there are instructions on how to play in Braille. I almost want to say something and look to see if Shizune and Misha see it as well. Either they don't or they don't find it strange at all. Why would it be? There are blind people here. Oh wait, no. Why would there be instructions to play a game for blind people when it would require sight to do it? I mean, I guess you don't need sight to win at a throw a ball game, but I mean, it would help. It's good to see you, Hakamichi. Thank you so much for your help with this booth. Having fun? Shizune glances over towards Misha, who signs everything to her in a flash, then beams at the operator. It was nothing at all, really. Yeah, this is great. I think the best festival we put together yet. Shiraki, we'd like to play this. That's okay, right? Of course. It would be really great if you could just give your cute, hard-looking too, student council representatives a prize for all the hours we put in to make all of this possible. No. If anything, Shiraki has balls. Hey, I built this stall. It was a back-breaking job, too. I wasted 2 hours of my life. I think I deserve at least a free round. And me. Me, too. Now, after some hesitation, he eventually gives in and hands each of us 4 balls with a shrug. Barely a second later, Shizune and Misha dump theirs in front of me. What gives? Don't tell me that after making such a big deal out of it, you two aren't even going to play. Not after that we ganged up on Shiraki, or whatever. Yeah, what the heck, yo. Yo, I gotta say, yo, what up with all that noise? They are thinking, you stay out of this, please. Oof. Shizune turns to me and begins waving her hands dismissively. Misha appears torn between translating for her and consoling the booth operator. Nice. Hichan, where's your sense of chivalry? Besides, I, Shichan, have a policy against throwing balls. Sorry, Hichan. I don't know if my aim is that good either. You must be pretty good at these things, though, right? Right? Should be a problem for you. This looks simple enough. The bottles aren't even that far away. The only challenge is that these are wiffle balls. I throw one at the bottles hard, and it bounces off unceremoniously. What the hell? Ah, yeah, it's not as easy as it looks. There's water inside the bottles. Trade secret. That's not very fair. That must be why it's 4 balls for 50 yen. How devious. Come on, Hee-chan, you can knock them down. You have 11 more chances. Go! Maybe you should do it. Shizune, do you want to try? No, she has a ball policy, apparently. Shizune empathetically shakes her head from side to side. I laugh. This is actually pretty fun. Winding up, I throw another ball at the pyramid of bottles and manage to get them to budge, just slightly. Okay. Are casting longing glances towards a doll shaped like a cat. I see. All in all, they really aren't that different. Sometimes I wonder if Shizune would sound like Misha if she could talk. Nah, they're not that alike. I throw another ball, realizing that it's actually quite simple. If I can hit 2 bottles in the bottom row at the same time, it's an easy win. You just gotta have those things get nudged. Already, a small crowd is beginning to gather, so the presence is really on me. 9 more shots. Winding up like a baseball pitcher, I throw as hard as I can, and the bottles come tumbling down. A kitty cat has been acquired. Hell yeah. I'ma name you Daniel. Triumphantly, I claim my Yeah, Danielle. There you go. I saved it. I claim my girlish cat doll prize, and Misha laughs uproariously as if it was her who had won it. Shizune stares at me with her usual blank expression. It's clear she wants the doll, too. She's not going to say anything about it, but she clearly does. Hee-chan, congratulations. What are you going to do with the doll? There is no right answer. I have to tread carefully. I do not know. Well, I'll take it if you don't want it. Unless you want to keep it for yourself, Hee-chan. I didn't know you liked dolls. How delicate. I don't. I have no use for this. I have stuffed toys. There's nothing wrong with that. Can I have it then? Their eyes are drilling into my soul. This is the decision I don't want to make. I turn back to the booth. Hey, you have more than one of those doll? Actually, yeah, just one more. Okay, set everything up again. I want to try for that one as well. I still have 8 tries. As soon as the game is set up again, I throw it as hard as I can, but miss. Try to win another one. Taking the easy way out. Hey, Hee-chan. If it's that easy, you could try it. Oh, thanks. Say, Hee-chan, can you at least put the doll down while you throw the balls? No. There's only one more left. You had better get it. If you fail, I'll kill you. With a gun. Or a knife. Whatever is available, I guess. What a clever way to duck out of giving me the doll, though. And by me, I mean me. Ha ha, just kidding. I can see Misha didn't mean any harm from it, and Shizune seems to enjoy her joke, smiling at it, but she looks a little depressed afterwards. I decide to hand her the doll, at least while I'm trying to win the other one. It's kind of hard to aim holding a giant cat. Thank you, Hee-chan. Shi-chan seems happy, Hee-chan, but you're gonna win one for me too, right? That's what I'm trying to do, isn't it? I throw again, but my aim is way off this time. My arm feels kind of heavy as well, as if blood isn't flowing to it properly. I scold myself mentally, thinking that it's pathetic I could get tired from something like that. Then I realize maybe it's because of my heart. If it is, then I don't know what to think. It's depressing that even something as small as this is making me realize my own mortality. I guess there won't ever be a time when I'll be able to forget about it. Even today, when I thought I would be able to just enjoy myself on this beautiful night in this beautiful place with beautiful girls, I can't escape the reason why I'm here. Never felt so at peace in my life in this place, which is like nothing else I've ever been. It's hard now to keep from thinking the unthinkable. That I may have just been sent here to die. These past few days have been some of the best of my life. The first time in a long time that I've ever felt truly alive. But in the end, I'm someone who finds himself reminded every time he climbs too many stairs or throws a ball too hard that he could die at any second. This got dark. I'll always be limited like this. I feel depressed by that and angry as well. In the end, I care about my life and I enjoy it. And now it's more transient than ever possible before. I wonder what it is that will finally do me in. It could be anything. If I'm this weak and pathetic, a bad fall, a punch to the chest, a stray baseball. I've now lost my will to keep playing the game, but I keep playing anyway. Suddenly I feel a split-second sensation of pain in my chest. It comes and goes instantaneously, but it's enough to make me stumble a bit. Shizune jumps back, startled. She comes closer, staring at me with concern. Misha puts her hand on my shoulder. Hey, Hee-chan, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I don't really feel too good right now. I think I'm sick. I don't think I can go on. Misha frowns. Don't strain yourself. If you're that sick, you'll just make yourself sicker. Look, the festival is just getting started, and we've been playing games for a while. But you can take a little break if you're tired. Good idea, Shi-chan. I'm feeling a little tired, too. I think we're all a little worn out, running all over the school, Hee-chan. I nod. They don't seem to notice anything unusual. That's good. We walk through the sea of people with Misha cheerfully pointing out the faces of everyone she knows. Shizune holds the stuffed cat in her arms, cradling it absent-mindedly. Seems like they're having fun. Suddenly I feel a pang of guilt. Because of my poor health, we all had to stop. Hichan, we're both feeling kind of hungry. How about you? Not as hungry as I could be, but I do want something to eat. That's good enough, Hichan. So, what should we get to eat? Doesn't really matter to me. How about sandwiches then? And we'll need something to drink too. Misha will get everything. What? Shizune looks at me and smiles, and I realize she might have been trying to cheer me up with a joke. I laugh. Hichan, it's getting kind of crowded, so we might not be able to eat here. It's getting kind of loud too. Maybe we should eat up on the roof. It's fine with me. Might be a nice view. And there could be a little breeze. Okay then. I guess I should get the food and drinks now. So, I'll see you two then. Misha gives a clumsy wave and then runs off. Before, I didn't notice how the paper lanterns looked illuminating the dark night. But now that I'm able to see it, it's really an amazing sight. Fireflies float overhead, their soft glow making it look as if snowing lights in the night sky. This type of thing would be impossible to see in the city. Shizune tugs at my sleeve impatiently and crosses her arms, frowning as if to show displeasure at me for getting distracted. You know, I don't know how to read sign language. Come to think of it, isn't it kind of stupid of me to have said that to a deaf person? She wouldn't have heard it. I shrug, hoping to show her that I don't understand. Shizune shakes her head and dismisses it with a wave of her hand. Maybe I should get around to asking Misha for some lessons on sign language. Climbing up onto the roof, I find myself in awe again. And this is actually the first time on the roof we've been, seeing as how everything else kind of got cut out for this. Fascinating. I find myself in awe again at the sheer size of this school. The grounds are so expansive. Can't believe I hadn't realized it before. As I walk across the roof, trailing behind Shizune, I can't help but be taken in by the stars shining in the sky. Shizune and I sit down on a bench. She seems like she's in a good mood as she smiles softly while the breeze blows through her hair. We look down at the festival, which looks like a sea of glowing amber lanterns and waving paper fans teeming with people. Some of them festively dressed in yukata. In fact, most of the girls seem to be wearing yukata. I wonder why Shizune and Misha didn't dress up today. The two of them would have looked nice in yukata. I really think about what types they would wear. Probably pink and blue, just throwing that out there. Shizune would likely go with something traditional. However, Misha's a bit harder to place. Misha arrives panting as she runs to us, trying to keep the food in her arms from falling. Setting everything on the ground, she lets herself drop backwards. That took a while. Come on, you two didn't tell me what you wanted, so I got some rice punch, some sandwiches, and some candy too. A little bit of everything. It's great. Let's dig in. Misha takes a bite out of a small triangular sandwich, instead of one of those no-good rhombus-shaped ones. So, Hichan, what do you think of the festival? It's nice, isn't it? Yeah. The stars are nice tonight. They couldn't have been more of a perfect day. The sound of people talking below us is like faint music alongside the chirping of crickets in the distance. I take a sip from the can of punch and look over at Misha, who looks as if she's sleeping comfortably with her back stretched out and half a can of apple juice balanced on her stomach. Aw, that's cute. Shizune sits with her legs drawn close to her, rocking back and forth slowly like an impatient child as she stares up at the sky. The two of them are so cute. I look around and see many students holding hands with their girlfriends or their boyfriends. Not too far from us on this roof, there are couples gazing at the stars or down at the lights of the festival holding each other's hand. A part of me wants that. Looking at Shizune and Misha, I wonder if maybe I should ask one of them out someday. I wonder if it would be worth the risk. The golden hands moving across the face of the delicate watch on Shizune's wrist catch my eye, and I see that it's getting kind of late. But the festivities are still going strong. Shizune is still holding that stuffed cat I won by the paw. She notices me looking at it. Offhandedly, she offers it to me. I smile, wanting to ask her what I would do with it, but she wouldn't be able to understand me. I shake my head and try my best to tell her to keep it, hoping she'll understand. As I look out towards the school, I can see before me so many people, all of which are happy and cheerful. Watching them makes me feel content. This really was something. Today was worth it. But I still can't shake the feeling of guilt and melancholy from earlier. They keep hanging on to me, and I can't let them go. Shizune signs something to me, and I can't understand her. No matter what I say, she won't be able to hear me. I can't understand you, Shizune. Well, whatever. I wonder if we're both considered ourselves at fault for this. Anyway, I'm sorry for not being able to understand. You know, I'm almost glad that you tried to coerce me into coming here. If I attempted to date you, though, I might have to think more about that side of you. Nah, Not very often you can say something like that flat to a girl's face and not have to actually follow up on it. Then again, Misha might have heard. You don't know. I mean, I think she's asleep, but she might not be. Nah, actually, I'm glad. Today was nice. It would be cuter if you smiled more. You have a nice smile. Frustrated, she stands up, arms behind her back, looking authoritative and confident against the backdrop of stars. Suddenly, Shizune throws her arms out towards the open sky, seeming to hold it between her hands, as if she's telling me to look at everything in front of me. The school, bathed with the festival's glow and lit up with a colorful yukata, the roof illuminated by firefighters, really? The sky so vast that it imposes the feeling of awe onto you. What does she want? It slowly dawns on me with time. This beautiful scene before me is proof that there are things wonderful enough that spoiling them with bad mood would be unforgivable. And I could feel the weight of Shizune's personality pressing the point further. Thanks, I guess. I look away, but then Shizune grabs me by the shoulder, her watch brushing against my cheek. With her left hand, she points up at the sky. Ugh. With faint pops, fireworks begin to go off in the sky, each one spreading a shower of bright colors that slowly fade into the dark. I can't even recall the last time I saw fireworks at all, much less a display this large. Not to mention, it seems that they're being launched from the school. It's almost impossible to believe. The lights in the sky mingle with a second salvo from the town below, and they seem timed to complement each other like two parts of a duet. They continue for maybe 15 more minutes, and then stop. Shizune realizes her hand is still on my shoulder and withdraws it carefully, looking a little uncomfortable. Regaining her composure, she grins with her hands on her hips and her chest thrust out in front of her. It's in these moments that she seems most like a regular teenage girl, energetic, happy, and carefree. I eat thoughtfully with Shizune, the two of us looking out at the gradually thinning crowds below in silence. She sits leaning forward slightly, her chin resting softly on her hands and a contented look on her face with just a hint of wistfulness, all the while still gently holding on to the stuffed cat's paw. I start feeling tired and I tell her that I'll see her and Misha tomorrow without even realizing that she can't hear me, and then start walking back to the dorms. I feel warm and alive, even in this chilly night air. The image of Shizune standing forcefully before the stars themselves, denying my self-pity, does not leave my mind easily. If it only takes a moment for there to be love, I think I may be falling in love with her. Just a little bit. Cute! Oh, that's really cute. Huh. Suddenly getting the impression that this might be more interesting than previously expected.